Episode of my How Do You Spirit podcast. We have Taco with us again.
Hello.
Yay! And my daughter Chelsea. We're going to be switching seats in just a moment. We're trying to get this stream again. We just tested it and it was working fabulous. So we're just going to get this set up if you give us a moment. And then we should be good to go here. So bear with us here for 1 second, maybe. Let's see. No, we don't want that. We were doing so good when Chelsea and I were doing it. We had it all figured out, and it was, maybe we should have just kept it on instead of starting over. Because, okay, maybe get your phone out again. Okay. Oh, here we go. Is this, yeah, here we go. Okay. Yeah, see, we have, Amber. Hi, Amber. How are you? Excuse me. Hold on a moment. We're just getting everything set up here. Where did the TikTok window go here? Let's see.
Hopefully it didn't kick you off.
I don't think so, but I'm not seeing it.
No, we're on there.
We're on TikTok?
Mm-hmm.
You might have to use your phone since we can't find the chat window on the laptop. Let's see. Do you think you'll be able to do that on your on the phone there? Okay. Okay, we're just moving things around here. All right. Oh. Amber says, not sure if Taco remembers reading me a couple years ago at Emily Brager's house.
I wouldn't remember reading. I do a lot of reading.
She does,
I remember your guides more than I remember you. It's not personal. I swear it's not. It's just kind of been a curse my whole life.
Awesome. Okay, let's switch. Okay, excuse us real quick while we switch seats, because Chelsea's going to be moderating for us today, so I can pay more attention instead of to the technology, to the people, right?
Right.
So today, Taco had a fabulous idea about doing a mediumship episode because Memorial Day is tomorrow, right?
Right.
And we were hoping that some of you would join us, of course, and ask us some questions.
And I mean, you can ask questions about anything you would like, past on, present, future, cat, duck, dog, gopher. No questions off limits as long as it means something to you.
Yeah.
But I thought it would be kind of neat if we, kind of discussed or helped people to have maybe some closure or some understanding, or just to say hi to their loved ones and if they're kind of having a heavy heart this holiday season.
Yes. I'll start off real quick, if you don't mind.
Absolutely.
Can I ask a question about my sister, Shelly? I would love to hear how she's doing.
Shelly Belly.
Yep, Shelly Belly. My sister passed away, it was, 7 years ago in November, so.
Has it been?
Can you believe it?
No.
It's crazy. I know.
It sure doesn't. It feels like that sometimes, like it feels like longer than
forever.
That, and sometimes it doesn't feel like that at all, huh?
No, it doesn't really, and I miss her dearly. I know she's with me and around me all the time. She likes to haunt us, but what's she up to?
She does enjoy taking care of mom. That is her words.
Okay.
She says, I'm taking care of mom. She's really worried about mom right now. She's really excited about what you're doing.
Oh, thank you, Shelly.
Excited. She's like, yay.
Getting the chills.
She's kind of having her own little party on the other side.
Awesome.
She's so funny. I got things handled here. You get things handled there. But she's really concerned about your mom.
Okay.
And she wants you, she really, how do I say this in the most couth, untaco way?
that possible? No.
No, it's not. It's not. And I'm really unapologetic about it. But I will swear a lot. There's no question on that. Plan on it. So if you don't like foul language, please
You better just tune out
move
now.
out. But your mom is she's got some health issues going on that are taking over, and so she's coming upon a time where she's gonna have to make a choice.
She's gonna have to make that decision.
Yeah. But she doesn't want you to worry about this right now. She's like, I've got this handled. She's so cute and she's so happy. It's so nice to see her thriving and so alive, and especially with the life that she struggled with. And it's just like, it is so amazing to see when we pass how healed our souls are, isn't it?
Yeah.
We go through this life, we feel like we've been ran over by a bus. I mean, taken out by an airplane. I mean, like we're bruised and battered, but you get on the other side and it was like, well, hell, that was fun.
Yeah, I'm back now.
Yeah, but she sends so much love to you. She loves you.
I love her to
so
death.
much.
And thank you for
always
being
she's
around.
Excited. You got a grandbaby gonna be coming.
Oh,
okay.
Chelsea?
All right, girl. Like, what the heck? What you got to No, I'm kidding.
Single as a finger over here.
No, she's clearly excited. She's like,
really?
I got a grandbaby coming. So,
interesting.
It'll be fun.
Oh,
I'm telling you, the grandma thing, like the grandparent thing, that is the best.
Yes.
Like it's like where it's at. Like if you can skip the parent thing, go right into grandparent. I would highly recommend it.
Yeah, unfortunately we have to have the kid, right?
And my child is amazing. But,
right.
But yeah, like the grandkids, you walk on water with grandkids. You know, they always love you. Kids, not so much.
Right.
But grandkids, like that's where it's at. That's the sweet spot.
Right.
Star is the one in a relationship.
Yeah, Star, my daughter Star. But
well, listen, I'm not going to go into who, but she's clearly showing me her playing and kind of doing this little dance with this little boy.
Oh, boy.
It's a boy.
It's a boy. Oh.
And she's laughing because she's saying, I'm holding your grandbaby.
Oh my goodness. Okay. Well, we'll see what happens with that. We'll report back at a different time.
Yeah. So I mean, if none of your babies want to have babies, I would definitely encourage them to make sure they wrap the banana. You know what I'm saying?
Awesome. Well, thank you for that. Thank you, Shelly. I always feel her presence, and I'm so grateful that she supports me from the other side, because she truly does. I love it. Yeah. And I can't hug her physically anymore, but I do feel her around me.
How can you not? She haunts the shit out.
She does.
Like, she goes the distance.
She does. She definitely makes it very clear that she is around, for sure.
Yes,
I feel her a lot too.
Yeah,
a lot. Mm-hmm.
Well, you would, honey. You're pretty intuitive.
Yeah. Okay, do we have any questions?
Yes.
Yay! Thank you.
Amber wants to know.
Hi, Amber.
Hi, Amber.
She says, I would like to know when our family might be moving. We are in a special situation living with my sick father. Just need some guidance on the future.
Hmm.
Do you want to?
You go with this one. I'm gonna work on it while you're talking.
So the very first thing that they're showing me is you're going to have options. You're going to have some actually really good options as far as when and where. And gosh, once the dust settles from, your grandfather like passing on, crossing the rainbow, and you kind of get, we'll just say, back into being
settled,
you,
right?
And in your own life, you're into your world. You've got some really good like really good financial options.
I
that-
was just gonna say
Yeah,
there. I'm
that-
seeing the dollar signs pop.
that
So
might just encourage you to get the hell out of here. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, like really out of here, like really go. So
yeah,
and
Adventure.
You want
Big
to start a
adventure.
new life anyway. So if we're gonna do it, let's just go all the way. That would be my advice.
yeah. Yeah, I feel like it's going to be amazing, and I'm just seeing popping dollar signs
Yep.
everywhere financially, and I feel like that you'll really know when it, you know what I
Yeah,
mean?
absolutely.
The different options you're going to have. I just feel like that you're really going to know deep in your heart.
The best thing you can do right now, Amber, sweetie, is you really need to kind of rediscover you as much as you can, because you have been through it and you have become a whole different you. And I think you'd realize that more if you spent more time investing in you, and you just haven't had the luxury. So get outside your normal, start pushing yourself to like expand your world a bit, rediscover what you're passionate about, like what makes your soul sing, what makes your heart tick, and then go for it, because it's like your guides are really being adamant that it is your time to do you.
Don't let
It
fear
really
hold
is.
you back.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's your time
Don't
to
be
do
fearful.
you. You got to put you on that front runner position, which you don't like to be, but
The
you need
pedestal.
to. You need to, and go for it.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. Awesome.
Okay, Sydney's the next one.
Oh, hi,
Hey,
Sydney.
She says she lost her dog last week.
Oh
I'm
my
sorry,
lord!
Sid.
I've joined
Dog
the
problems.
crazy dog train. My dog has trained me to be the people like I used to make fun of. That's me now.
She
What's
just-
his name?
What's his name, Sydney? Oh, Amber says, any chance of the timeline. I do let my fear lead me.
I know, Amber, and you know what? God bless you. Who wouldn't? But truthfully, I don't really see it being your fear as much as it's your loyalty and your self-sacrificing. So as much as you do have anxiety about the changes that you're going through and going to be going into, this is going to be the best part of your life you've ever had. So
You'll
and
be
you
living your
deserve it.
best life.
You
Yeah.
deserve it.
Mhm.
And so timeline, again, you've got options. So it kind of depends on which option you want to take first. But timeline, definitely, if you
I'm
Again-
getting a 6, and I would time it. You can never really put a time
3
on
years,
things, right?
3
But they're
years
telling me a 6.
definitely is going to be a move. 6 years is where I see you settled in. But I think you're going to take the one that's out like getting you the hell out of here. Like I really think you're going to go for the gusto.
Be free.
Oh,
Okay. What did you get?
Sid says his name was Bentley.
Oh, yes.
Bentley. Aw. And just is he okay? Is that what you're asking?
Yeah, she says, is there anything I could have done, or was it just
Okay.
his time?
I already talked to her about this a little while
He
ago.
literally
so-
was fine one day, gone the next.
No. And truthfully, I'm not picking up at all that he's not mad about the fact that he's not with you anymore, because he's going to come back in fairly quickly is what I'm seeing. But I don't know why, but he just didn't feel like he was a big enough dog. I don't know if he wants to be like a horse or what, but he was like, I want to be a bigger dog. And he's completely so unbelievably it's gonna make me emotional. Grateful to you for allowing him to be a part of your life, and
Aw.
That's why he wants to come back in and be your honey. There was nothing that you could have done. This wasn't a situation. Almost kind of reminds me of it was very fast, like a quick heart attack. Like it wasn't a heart attack. I mean, it was, but you know what I mean? Like it was like a very fast thing that happened. Like, almost like when you're, what is that called at first? Like you're, oh shit. Anyway, it's like it was like something burst. It was like it was really fast. And so I don't there was nothing you could have done, and I'm not really seeing that he was even in like pain or had symptoms until it was like bam right there. And because he wasn't happy with his body, I kind of wish sometimes this was how us humans worked, right?
Right.
But because he wasn't happy with his body, it's like I'm going out. I want a new one, and I want to be bigger, and I want to do this. I mean, like he's a bit of a diva, a little diva.
So funny. Awesome.
She says that's exactly what my husband thinks.
Yep.
Oh.
Yep.
Oh, wow. I just got the chills.
But he absolutely loved the short amount of time that he was with you, because he was saying it was like very short, but it was, again, I think he knew from birth that there was a problem, but I don't think that this problem was a problem that they would have really been able to like pick up, you know what I mean? Because it was just almost kind of like the Widowmaker. Like it was just like whatever happened was like really fast.
Wow. Cool.
Amber also says, did you say that when my grandfather passes, do you see that sooner or later?
Oh, you were asking about the grandpa when they passed? I thought you was asking about the movie. Sorry, my bad. Nah, that's not very long. That's I don't see him well right now. Very, like, really, I don't see him really feeling well at all. And if he keeps going down the way that he's going, where he's kind of more embracing, well, let me answer it this way. Listen, he doesn't want to feel like he is going to be a burden. He doesn't want to feel like he's going to have to be like dependent on anybody. And so but he's really stubborn, and he's going to go out on his damn terms. Like, so, you know, when I look at a timeline, and they show me timelines and seasons, if I was to say the season, when I looked at the end of summer into fall, so I'm going to say like September, end of August, well, mid-September, October. And this is Utah. We can have all these seasons. It could be this year.
never
Like it
know.
could be like this month. You just
Right.
never know. No, it looks more like September weather to me, right? When we know it's gonna get cold, but it hasn't quite happened yet. That's where I see it going really fast. But then, you know, death is one of those things that if he found a new reason to be here, he could add in a few months if he really wanted to. I don't think he's going to want to. I really think he's going to embrace his opportunity when it shows. So, but it's funny because it's like he doesn't want no one to tell him when to die, and he definitely doesn't want to go out when everybody's watching him. So he's going to try and control it as much as he can. He's a little controlling.
Wow.
She said also, I did, but then you said that. Haha.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
She said it caught my attention. Also, Sydney says thank you for that.
Oh, so welcome, Sid.
And Amber, she said, you are so sweet to answer these questions.
No problem.
That's
Not a
the
problem.
reason we're here, right?
Absolutely.
Yes. Yes.
Yep.
The reason we're here, we want to try and bring, our people, our spiritual people together with our spiritual people.
Yeah.
It kind of seems like we don't quite have. I mean, you can go and find a psychic or a tarot reader, or energy reader. I mean, like you can go and find, things like that, but it's hard for a lot of people, especially right now. Like people don't know how to make relationships. Have you noticed that?
Yes.
Like, friendships
hard,
are out. Like you forget about a romantic relationship. That shit ain't going down. Or just people don't know how to make friendships and things. They don't know how to be
That's
social
so true.
anymore.
Yeah.
At least not in person. Like they can hide behind a computer or
Exactly.
phone all damn day long. But you ask for an in-person type of situation, they're like, nope. And it's so sad. And we've talked for how many years now
Yeah.
about creating a situation where we can share our stories with one another, and we can bring alikes together to help support each other and not sit there and tear each other down. And Lori was just the one that like pulled up her big girl panties and decided to get it done.
Finally, yep.
Because I am as technology handicapped as it gets. Like it just
And I'm almost but without my children,
Thank
there's a
goodness
whole
for
army
kids.
behind this.
Yes,
the
there
whole
is.
army.
So
Yeah.
this has just been a really, really amazing experience, and I'm
Yes.
so excited that we're getting it going.
And people too, I found it's not mainstream stuff, so people they're afraid to show interest or
Yep.
have people know that they are interested in spiritual, whatever it is,
Well,
they
that's
just
why a lot of people that are so intuitive, or they have prophetic dreams, or they're very they don't own their senses, is because they are afraid of being judged.
exactly.
And
Yeah.
like I don't even know how many tell people I sit there and say, come out of the closet,
Right.
if I got it, you got to, and just own who you are, because the more you can own who you are, it can't be used against you.
No.
We're down here literally to fuck up. Like
Yep.
that's our
To
whole
learn.
goal, is to
Yeah.
make mistakes and learn from them.
Yep.
I mean, so if we were meant to be perfect, we would have just stayed on the other side. That's
Right.
how that works. And so the more you can allow yourself to grow and go, yeah, I've been you, I've done that, I've made those mistakes, and look at me now, and inspire someone else, or the more you're falling flat and need a little encouragement, sharing your story. It's amazing how many people will encourage you and help guide you along the way if you'll just allow it. And that's where I think we kind of go wrong, is we hold it in, and then we end up holding it in too long, then we end up getting health issues from it.
Yeah.
And so it ends up being a whole way of not being your authentic self, and not owning the fact that we're going to make mistakes, and it's okay.
Yeah. And Tacos told me for years, we've known each other for 24 years, something like that,
Yeah, a long
25.
time.
And she always told me, "Oh, you're this." I'm like, "Nope. Nope. I am not that." And I came out of the closet finally, and I'm telling you, my life has been amazing since.
Well, and you've done
So-
you've done readings for some people that I know that
Yeah.
have been
Mhm.
right on point, and
And that was so scary for me. She's like, "Can you tune in?" I'm like, "Okay."
it can be scary.
Mhm.
It's like with anything, when you first start,
Mhm.
it is scary. And it was like when my guides came to me and they told me, and I was 14, and they had told me, they said, this world was going to get to a place where there was no hope.
Mhm.
And your job is to help people hang on for even just one more moment of the day. And I was like, well, what if I'm wrong? What do
I know,
And
right?
they're like, yeah, you tell them what you see, what you get, and we'll do the rest. And so it's been amazing. You know, there's a lot of things that you can change and that you can make better decisions, especially if you have a little guidance and know. And then there's some things that like are definitely like part of your soul
Lessons.
purpose and reason for being here and
Yep.
and experience. And those things aren't changeable, but how you deal with them are. And so, you know, there's a lot that we could do with one another if we just embrace one another instead of trying to tear each other down because of the mistakes that we make.
Right. Support each other
Yeah.
for sure.
But we all, you know, we all, if we can all get to embracing our mistakes and our lessons, and we actually listen to what
Our inner
our
spirit.
given right. You
Yeah.
know, I mean, we're all born with this gift.
Yeah.
You know, some of us have better times reading more energy, like feeling energy out more. Some of us have more vision, more sight, audio. You know, there's a lot of different
So many
types.
different
And
ways,
so
yeah.
if you can listen to what it is that you actually listen to, which is helping you navigate through life, you know, it's not like you can't build on that and become an advisor as well.
Yeah. 100%. Okay. Any more questions?
Yeah.
Hopefully. Okay.
Well, I have some input.
Okay.
Oh, hell yeah.
I just wanted to say how kind of crazy I felt when I first went through my
Exactly.
awakening. And
Oh, yeah.
I was afraid to share things, but at the same time, I was excited
Mm-hmm.
because I felt like, oh, my life can be different.
And it does change your life when you do start to own your gift, doesn't it? It does. And I can't say like all in the positive way because like
Right.
you wouldn't
No,
believe how
yeah.
many people call me. I'm going, Taco, these spirits won't shut up. I can't sleep. And I'm like, all right, you need to learn how to shut her down, you know. But yeah, I mean, how long have you been working with your senses, my dear?
So I started really getting into all the spiritual stuff after my husband left. And I went through a major I was just researching everything.
Like an awakening or something. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, oh, like, I don't know. It was like a whole nother world
Yes,
I
it
tapped
is.
into.
It is.
Mhm.
Absolutely.
So
It's
it's
so
been
amazing.
about 4 or 5 years.
I was going to say
now.
5.
Yep.
Yeah.
But Sydney has another question.
Okay.
Okay.
She says, I have another question. Is there anything my spirit guides or family want me to know at this time?
You want me to do that one? Okay. So say the question again.
Is there anything my spirit guides or family want me to know at this time?
Well, Sid, I've done a couple readings for you. And anyway, they're laughing right now because they're telling me, we've already told you. We've already told you your messages. You're not listening. I feel like with you that you're still unsure and still have a lot of fear with your situation. And your mom's popping into me. I can see a big smile on her face, and she's sending me the big fat juicy heart emoji, and that means sending love to you. So your mom is saying hi to you. She's very proud of you. She's saying, hang in there, Sid. Hang in there, Sid. You know how your mom was. Hang in there. She was always full of life. What are you getting?
Exactly the same thing. Your mom's coming through, and
Yep.
she's really proud of you for even getting this far, you know, because there's a lot of similarity with your life and with what she had to kind of go through as well. And so she's like so excited because she is so proud that you were been braver than she has, and so she's kind of been learning this along
Chills.
with you, right? So she's like, if
Lessons
you can do it, I
together.
can do it. And she gets to kind of experience it kind of through you, and so she is very, very proud of you. And she says she knows you miss her, but she's like, I'm right here.
Yeah.
She's all kind of
Pay attention, pay attention. Yeah.
But your guides, you got a lot of endings going on, my friend. Definitely going through it, but I know when you get to the other side, because you're close. When you get to the other side with it, you're gonna look back on it and go, I wish I would have done it sooner. And
Yep.
even though you might be afraid with every step you take with rebuilding this new life that you got going on, that's okay. But do it anyway.
Yeah.
You
Do
know?
it anyway.
It pretty soon you're not gonna have a choice. This choice is gonna be taken out of your hands.
And why not do
So,
it now,
You
right?
might as
And
well
get
get her
yes.
done. I mean, because
Mhm.
it like
Get
I
a jump on
promise
it.
you, our guides they do the hey sweetie, you gotta turn left, and we're like, okay, we'll get there, and they're like, no, like for real, we need you to turn left. We're like, yeah, we got it, like hang in there, and then they're like, bitch, you better turn left, and then we're like, oh my gosh, you don't gotta be so mad, and then they just totally break your world down to where there's no other option but the right choice.
Yeah.
You don't want to go the hard way. I promise you, it really hurts.
Yes.
So just keep moving forward, even though you're afraid. Move forward and do it more where you're feeling like you're in more control versus then you're forced into making these decisions.
yeah.
Either way, you're going to get to the same destination.
But
So,
it would be better to have it slowly and
absolutely where you're more in control
yes,
of it.
yes,
Yeah,
yeah,
absolutely.
for
and,
sure.
And you'll enjoy the journey a whole lot more, I promise you. But you've got really where you're going into this new life that you're creating is so fulfilling. You are going to kick yourself in the ass for the fact that you didn't do it sooner. I promise you. You really are.
I agree with that. Yeah. So get busy.
Get her done.
She says
busy.
that sounds just like her.
Mm-hmm.
And she says, so true. I'm realizing I am more like my mother than I thought.
She's laughing.
Oh, your mom's
yeah.
like, yep.
Yeah. And when I see your mom, I see her as her younger self. Back when we were in school, that young mom. That's how she's presenting herself
Yeah,
to
she's
me.
definitely vibrant.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep. Full of energy and her fun
She's
and
like,
crazy.
Well, that's when I looked the best.
Right. She did. She always looked amazing. She had the blonde curls. Yeah. She was
Yeah,
awesome.
She's a neat lady.
Yep.
She says, I do feel her all the time. This is the kick in the butt I needed.
Good.
LOL, you
Good,
girls
good,
are too
good.
funny. Amber says, do you see any problems in my marriage?
We're looking at each other. They're showing me a black X, which to me, when I see that, that means that, yes, there's definitely something going on for sure. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I think truthfully what you need to do is we've been through some shit, you guys. We've been through a lot of heavy shit the last little while. And when you're in a relationship, you kind of forget to have fun with one another. And you forget that you need to keep working on, keep falling in love with one another, and I think a lot of us tend to wait until it's too late. to make those things a priority. And
Yeah, then
all
you're
of a sudden
totally
you're, like,
disconnected.
so disconnected.
Yeah.
You get your relationship's coming to an end.
Mm-hmm.
And so the best thing for you to do is go have what I call a smoke the peace pipe session. That is an honesty hour where nothing you do or say can and will be held against you. And have a blunt, honest conversation and just agree to start your relationship brand new. No dings, no dents, not even a smudge mark. Brand new. And start dating each other. Start getting to know the new yous that you become. Because you guys know the old yous. You don't know the new yous. And reconnect. Have some fun. Lighten it up. Quit getting so heavy. Lighten it up. And have some fun with each other. And then, if that doesn't work and you give it a good 30-day trial, love each other enough to let each other go. But quit doing this. Is it okay? Is it not? It's okay. It's not. Today's okay, but maybe not. Quit doing that. Quit being half-assed. Pick a side and go into it.
Yeah, I see you tiptoeing a lot. tiptoeing around. For sure.
This isn't a love problem. I want to make that really clear. This is a connection problem.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
You both have been real disconnected, not only from each other, but yourselves. So now that you're starting to kind of reconnect with yourselves, get to reconnecting with each other.
Yeah.
She says, "Why so quiet from earlier when you guys were
I
just
was just
looking at
waiting
each
for
other?"
her to
Oh. She was waiting to see what I was going to say.
see if
She's
she was
testing
gonna
me.
chime in.
Yep.
She also says, "I agree. So true. Thank you."
You're welcome. Thank you for joining us again. We're so
Yeah,
grateful.
definitely. We love this. I'm
Yes.
so happy that you guys are joining us, and
Mm-hmm.
we really appreciate it.
Yes.
I'm not seeing any other questions at the moment.
Okay. Well,
So
now what? No.
you are going to be going on your little
My trip.
trip. Do you have any really fun places you're thinking about connecting in with, and maybe
So
bringing a ghost back or two?
I am not bringing ghosts back.
Come on, Lori. Be adventurous.
I am going to have my crystals in my pocket, and Chris he wears his stones, his necklace all the time. No, we're not going to be bringing people home with us, spirits. No. I am most excited. So the trip was planned by the family members, and they'd say, "Hey, do you want to go here?" And then we're like, "Yeah, sure." I really wanted to go to Stonehenge
Yeah.
because I feel like it's going to be such a spiritual place.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm getting the chills right now. But yes, so we are going to be going up to Stonehenge, and we're going to be on the tour. So we get to go inside the fence. We don't get to view it from behind, outside of the fence. So we're going to be going inside the fence. I'm super excited. We have a castle tour.
Well, you're going to get a little bit overwhelmed with all of the energy
I kind of wondered
you,
that. Yeah.
you've got going on, especially places like that,
Mhm.
places that have a lot of history.
Yes.
Whew,
Yes.
They can be overwhelming. That and hospitals. Hospitals and me, it's like, come on. I mean, what the hell?
Right,
Leave me
right.
alone. I'm trying to encourage people to live here. Leave me alone.
Right.
So yeah, that's gonna be a real interesting story for you to share with us when you get home.
Yes, for sure. And I might have to call you before I leave and say, "Remind me, what do I need to do?" No.
Have you been over there
to turn
before?
it off?
No, it's on. No, I can't say it's on my bucket list. The only thing on my bucket list that I want to absolutely do is go to Scotland and Ireland. Those are the ones.
Yes.
I want to look under a few kilts. I really just do. I just want to see, myth or legend.
Kilts
that
are
one.
amazing, though, right?
But I mean, I've always been so, since I was a little kid, drawn to it. I don't even know why. I really don't. I can't think of there was a show I watched and that made me more into it or anything. I always, my mom used to say, that I always used to go and tell her I wanted to go to Ireland.
Yeah.
And so I'm assuming it was one of my past lives that was good.
Yeah, right.
And entertaining. But what
Yeah.
about you? Have you ever like gone to like a cemetery and had like a really an interesting like friend that followed you home?
I find cemeteries very relaxing. I
Yep.
love.
Really?
They're just peaceful.
Well, I agree with that. A
Really?
lot of people think that you need to go and visit the grave and talk to that person
Uh-huh.
in order for them, to know that you care about them and love them. And I'm telling you right now, they're not hanging around their body. The only reason they're going to be there is because you're there. That's it. They're not like once we're done with these bodies, we're like, it's like an old junk car, we're like taking it out and putting it in the junkyard. Like, we don't care, let's get a brand new Ferrari, right?
That's so
And
true.
so we don't hang around our bodies. And the excuse me, my allergies are kicking my butt.
Same.
But everybody's got allergy problems.
Yeah,
this year
mine
like
came on a
that.
couple weeks ago.
But
yeah, mine are really bad.
yeah, when the whole cemetery thing, when you do have spirit activity there,
Mhm.
a lot of times it's just a soul that hasn't crossed over yet and is just being stubborn.
Mhm.
Or a lot of times also it's more of a land haunting than it is connected to a body.
Interesting.
Okay.
Okay.
So you will find that cemeteries are more peaceful. They're not, unless they have like a lot of history. And again, that's mostly because it was the land, not necessarily because the body was buried there.
Yeah.
Oh
And
wow.
so yeah, it's quite interesting. I went to South Carolina a few years back, probably about 7-8 years at this point. It was such a beautiful place, and we went on a ghost tour, and that was stupid. And because I'm like, oh, no ghosts here. But what was interesting is the streets had like these really interesting stones, and I thought the history of it was really neat.
Uh-huh.
But then me and my friend at the time were walking, and we had passed a cemetery that wasn't on the ghost tour. And the
Wow.
cemetery groundsman, and trust me, this cemetery was like, it was overgrown. Like, nobody had been taking care of this cemetery at all. Like, it had been forgotten about and probably wasn't on the maps or something. But we was walking past it, and this spirit seemed so real to me. I didn't realize it was a spirit at first. When we were walking past, we were just blabbing to each other, and I I said, well, let's ask the groundsman. She said, what? And I'm like, oh, shit. Okay, all right, well, there's a groundsman here. And then we got a whole ghost tour from him, and that was awesome. That was cool. And he was still doing his job, even though he was passed on. He was still doing his job.
That's so
that day.
amazing.
So it was really neat. Like, it was a really fun experience. And I think we also went to, what was it? It was, we were out in California. Oh, it was that prison, Alcatraz. We went
Oh,
to
yeah,
Alcatraz one time.
Yeah.
Everybody thought that was so haunted and stuff. And it was,
Yeah.
but not, most of the haunting wasn't from the prisoners there.
yeah.
It was more from the people that were before the prison.
Oh, so interesting.
And that was kind of confusing to me because I didn't know the history of it.
Yeah.
And so, and I told her I didn't want to listen to like their thingy about it because I wanted to do my own because I had been let down by ghost tours so much that it was like, yeah.
Right.
But anyway, it was like I was telling her what I was getting when I was seeing, and it wasn't really fitting what she was listening
Really?
to and
That's
seeing. Yeah,
so
because I was
interesting.
seeing short, darker people. Like, it was not part of the prison system and things like that. But it was really neat because she had caught a lot of orbs and stuff
Oh, wow.
on her cameras, and I'd be like, okay, well, there those people are, and there's these people. It was really kind of fun.
Yeah.
It was fun, but boy, that place, that whole area has got so many spirits there. I mean, I guess even in And death spirits like California. Wow, is it overwhelming? It was
Really?
a lot.
So
Yeah.
how did you cleanse yourself, or do you know what I mean?
I didn't need to cleanse myself, but I always my routine has always been when I wake up, I put myself in a big
bubble.
white light bubble.
Mm-hmm.
If I find myself being more irritated, like consistently, or I feel like I just like am overwhelmed with negative thoughts that aren't like me,
Right.
I always sage myself. Like I do that anyway weekly, but if I'm finding myself doing that more so than normal,
Uh-huh.
that's what I tend to do before I start going into just doing a mental check. You know, are you all right? You
Right.
good? Because most of the time it is because you have a spirit trying to sit there and their energy kind of grabs onto you.
Yes.
The hard ones are the ones that were more stuck with because of addiction issues.
Mm-hmm.
Those are the ones that like kind of go around and they're just more negative entities and stuff. But
Okay.
when people that have like a drinking problem, they're getting drunk all the time, you know, you let that energy field of yours down to a point where that can influence you. It can follow you home.
Wow.
It wants to kind of be a part of your body. It wants to experience things. And so a lot of times, you know, someone who wasn't an alcoholic all of a sudden starts becoming one. It's mostly usually because it's getting an outside or an energy
Like an influence.
Yeah.
Wow.
Speaking of, I have a
Ooh.
question.
Okay.
Speaking of ghosts and
Mm-hmm.
alcoholics, I want to know. You probably won't be able to answer this
Probably not.
because I think you already know.
I know who you're talking about.
My dad, I was just wondering how he feels maybe about my brother, and I cannot get my brother to like, we haven't even had like a farewell type of thing for him.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And I just don't know what to do with my brother with that.
A farewell in the sense of
Like not even a funeral.
For their dad that passed.
He passed away right when COVID
right
started.
okay I was just making sure that I was on the right track because I'm like, farewell, are we sending him off on a mission, or are we sending him off to college, or
Well,
a
he's
farewell just saying, hey,
cremated.
love you lots, but you were a great person, but not, you know, kind of thing. That's all I was asking.
He's cremated.
So a celebration of life party.
Yes,
Okay,
that's
I
the right
gotcha.
word.
I
for
just
it, yeah.
want to know is there anything I can
Well-
get my brother to do, or does he have any messages about it?
Yeah, your dad has a lot.
Okay.
First off, he is overwhelmingly apologetic for his behavior
Oh.
to both of you, which is
Yeah.
interesting.
And you've said that to me before.
And man, his heart is just broke because he's taking kind of ownership for your brother being so. I just say kind of shut off. I don't want to say
Yeah.
cold because
Yeah.
I don't see him being cold. I just
Right.
see him being a
No,
dumbass,
that makes
okay?
sense. Huh?
Mhm.
He's
Yeah.
just shut off.
Yep.
He really is just he's in denial. He doesn't want to face the fact that your dad is gone.
Uh-huh.
And then he's getting bitter and pissed, and he's doing the, well, he wasn't really there for me.
Yep.
And he's there for me. I mean,
Yeah.
like, he's just kind of being a little asshole, right? Which, that's on him.
Yeah.
Your dad doesn't really feel like he's earned the love that you give him and the kindness that you give him, because he feels like he kind of failed you in a lot of ways and let you down. And, you know, there's nothing he can do to fix that at this point, except for he wants you to know he's going to make it a damn sure try to do something big from the other side for you.
Aw.
Oh.
And so he's working on it. And so he's not really asking you
Awesome.
for forgiveness because he doesn't forgive himself. So until that happens, it's not going to be really a, hey, will you forgive? Does that make sense?
Yeah.
And so, as far as the celebration of life, I mean, he's happy with what you've already kind of put energy wise into his passing. But what would make you deal with it better and feel better about it? And I say you need to throw your own celebration of life party for him.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's what I would say. Because it's not about what he needs, and it's not about giving him the right send off. You already did just by loving his stupid ass, right? Those are his words, not mine. Even though I do appreciate letting me swear on that. But anyway, it is about what's going to make you feel better, because that's kind of like what he's trying to do now, is trying to make it to where he fixes what he broke.
Okay.
Awesome.
Makes sense.
That was a good message. I love it.
Okay. I do have one more question from Amber.
Oh, awesome.
Okay.
Do any of my deceased relatives follow
just
me?
kidding.
Not sure how to ask.
Do any of them follow her?
Are there any around her?
Around her.
I see a female. And
I see a shit ton. She's going to have to limit that a little bit, but go ahead with the female. She got a. Her family knew how to breed. I'm just saying.
I see a female coming in the front, like in the forefront of all of the people behind her.
Okay.
Taller, maybe a little heavier set.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
What are you getting?
Very mothering.
Yes.
I don't think this is her mom, though. I think this might be a grandmother.
Yeah.
I smell food with her, like, though. She's got, like...
Really?
She's got a good thing. Well, and
I can't smell
I'm a
everything.
Taurus. Food means a lot to me.
Yeah. I get that. I'm a Taurus.
Yeah, see what I'm saying? Like, we appreciate the food, okay? But yeah, she's got the smell of food, but and she was really bubbly, like, but she knew how to spank an ass if she needed to. Like, this woman knew how to do a good spanking if she needed to. She loves you so much, absolutely so much. I'm not sure. There's something significant with a necklace or something that she wore. It's got to be a necklace around her neck that she wore, and she's laughing about it. I don't know what the joke is, but she's laughing about it. But she's literally showing me like her wanting that to be handed to you. And she says your cooking's okay, but it could use some improvements.
Oh
no! But overall, she's just happy with who you are and how beautiful you have, like, really done your life. And she's like really impressed with how like independent you are. Almost like she wasn't able to, or didn't think she could, or didn't have the life to allow her to be as independent. But like, she's so impressed with like how strong and independent you are. And she just absolutely adores you so much.
Like, she's the cheerleader on the other side for you. Yeah.
But you got a lot. I mean, a lot of family, and not even just family, like a lot of spirits. A lot, like an unusual amount with you.
Like, I see this triangle shape, like this woman's in the front, and there's this triangle of just
a sea of spirits. Yeah.
Yes, that's what I see.
But they have a good time on the other side, don't they? Like, they're just like always partying. They remind me of ducks. You know what I mean? Ducks always seem like they're partying.
I love that.
She says, "Grandma for sure."
Ah.
She says, "I wonder what the necklace is."
Yeah, I'm not sure, but she's showing me she wants, like, it's got to be a necklace, because she's showing me it was around her neck, and then she's showing me like it went to someone else, and then she's showing me she wants it to go to you. So whoever this other person is in your family that has it, she's wanting it to go to you.
She said she never even had a driver's license.
Yeah, well, maybe that's the independent. Like, she's shocked at how the independence is. She's like, holy shit.
I love it.
That's all I've got.
Okay. Well, it's probably about time for us to be wrapping things up. We've been at it for
Absolutely.
about an hour now. So thank you to Amber and Sydney for joining us, and anybody else who joined but didn't say anything.
And thank you for letting us come on
Yes.
and enjoy this,
Yes,
this
we
process.
love doing this, and we're so happy that the technology worked for us this time. Woo!
it's a
That's a big
miracle.
win. That's a big win. So anyway, thank you so much. And if you Google How Do You Spirit Podcast with Lori Jewett, you'll be able to find us on any of the listening platforms that you prefer. And just keep your eyes and ears open. YouTube, TikTok. We're hoping. See, I'm so excited about it. We're hoping that we'll be able to start streaming on Instagram as well, and Facebook.
Yeah,
So
Facebook's another one. If you are on I don't have a page, but like on my personal account, or you go to How Do You Spirit
podcast. Yep.
podcast, or How Do You Spirit, just the regular on Facebook page, that like you'll be able to know when we're updating and when we're planning on being on again.
Yes.
And if you have any questions, or you
Send
have some ideas of what you'd like us to discuss,
Yes.
and kind of give you a spiritual perspective on it,
Reach
please
out.
let us know.
Reach out. Yes. Through the platforms. Message us. We want to know. You want to know what you want to talk about,
Absolutely.
right?
Absolutely, as long as we can have fun with it.
Yes. All right. Thank you, everyone, and see you soon.
Bye.